Hey everybody, Mike here from Lift Living, and today I'm super excited because we're going to talk about the 5 essentials to make a great running program. Last video, we talked about the 5 essentials on making a great strength program, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. It doesn't matter if you're doing a 5K or if you're going for longer distances, these 5 essentials will fit in any running program, and they should be in any running program that you choose. So let's get into it. The first key element we need to talk about is base building. So you want to build a consistent foundation, and while you're running, you want to increase your mileage week over week. So your program should be structured in a way where it's based on your goal distance, whether that's a 5K or whether that's a marathon, and you're slowly building distance week over week. This is going to really help your body settle in to the endurance that you're going to need. It's also going to prevent some injury, and it's also just going to be really good for you mentally because you're going to be hitting different milestones along the way. So you need to really make sure that your program, first and foremost, builds a strong foundation with some base building elements in it. The next element is going to be making sure your program includes a variety of different runs. So not every single run is going to be the same, and it shouldn't. This is a mistake a lot of new runners make, where every single run's the same type of run, the same distance, the same intensity. We need to have a variety. We need to have a mixture of easy runs, tempo runs, fartlek runs, hill work, and of course my favorite, the long run. And these are all intended to build and improve different parts of your running. So really make sure that your running program is complete by having a lot of different runs. If you're doing the same run week over week over week, you're not going to improve. So variety in your run types is absolutely key. Next element we need to talk about is our recovery and our strength training days. So obviously we're going to be running and lifting, so recovery days are absolutely key to rest our bodies. We need to make sure that we take days where we don't do anything, completely off. So maybe doing some walking or stretching, yoga, sauna, stuff like that. We don't really want to challenge our muscles and challenge our legs by running every single day. So recovery days are key. And then of course we're hybrid athletes, so we need to make sure that we're lifting as well. And even if we weren't hybrid athletes, any good running program is going to have some sort of strength training in there to help improve your running overall. So making sure that you have both your recovery days and your strength training days programmed in along with your running days. Next element we're going to talk about is hydration and nutrition. And you're going to need to assess your own individual needs, especially per distance and your frequency of running. But just general guidelines, your running plan should include some type of high level, especially hydration, but nutrition as well, because you want to make sure you're fueling your body, that you're getting enough calories to supplement your lifting and your running. On the hydration front, one of the best just rules of thumb that you can go with is for every 30 minutes of running, you should be rehydrating. So whether that's you're using hydration sticks or goos or just mixing something in your drink, you should always plan your runs, particularly on your long run days, to just have some water stops along the way. Make sure that you're rehydrating throughout the entire run. The food side of things, you're really going to want to make sure that you're sticking to, a good carb-heavy diet, that you're getting enough calories in. Because again, we're hybrid athletes. We're going to be lifting, we're going to be running. You're going to be burning a lot more calories than if you were doing one or just the other. So really assessing your own individual needs to complement the running program and the lifting program is going to be absolutely necessary to make sure that, one, you don't plateau, and two, that you get the best performance out of yourself when you go for that race. All right, the last element that we've got to talk about is your goal specific pace strategies. All that means is just making sure that your running plan is geared towards you specifically and the pace that you have for your goal. So, for example, whenever you start working with a running coach or you buy a running program, the beginning of it should ask you about your previous races or a previous distance and time, and then your goal pace and your goal time for your next race. And what it's going to do is it's going to make sure that all of the runs, whether they're easy runs, tempo runs, long runs, they all line up with pacing that you are able to do. There's really nothing more frustrating than getting into a running program and all the pacing is way faster than what you're able to do. So make sure that you're honest with yourself when you go to set those goals, and make sure that you're honest with the program and the coach when it asks you about those previous races. Don't just make something up, and that way you can get the most out of your program. Okay, there you go. Those are the 5 elements that any great running program is going to include. So remember, it's all about building your base, mixing up your workouts, allowing for recovery, fueling and hydrating properly, and last but not least, pacing yourself. So any program that you go after should include all of those elements, and it's going to be a fantastic program. I'd love to hear what you guys are training for in the comments. So tell me what distance, what races, anything you guys got coming up. I would love to hear all about it. So remember, lift big, live bigger. I'll see you in the next video.